Arsenal have been linked and have been working on the deal to sign Riccardo Calafiori for at least 2 to 3 weeks now, with a report coming out about a week ago from Fabrizio about the fact that Arsenal were looking to complete the deal last week. But according to Fabrizio Romano and all the research I have done, the deal is still well and truly close to be made. The wait is purely based on the payment term. Otherwise, all systems go for Riccardo Calafiori to join Arsenal. So if you're worried about it taking so long, I would say don't worry. But I say this to say that I thought Riccardo Calafiori would be Arsenal's first signing outside of David Raya in this window. But it's looking like that may not be the case, because according to various reliable reports from Fabrizio Romano to David Ornstein, Arsenal have agreed a price tag of £1 million to sign 18-year-old goalkeeper from the Ajax under-19 team in Englishman Tommy Setford. But just who is Tommy Setford? Why have Arsenal decided to go for such a young goalkeeper? And what role will Tommy Setford play in this Arsenal squad? Well, that's what we'll be talking about today. So what's going on, everyone? You are listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you're all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Tommy Setford was born in Netherlands to an English father and Dutch mother, but he has represented England at the under-17, under-18, and under-19 level. So that's why I've referred to him as English, despite being born in Netherlands and playing his football for Ajax since the under-8 level. Now, Tommy Setford has an older brother, that being Charlie Setford, who also plays for Ajax as a goalkeeper. Charlie is a better goalkeeper than Tommy in my opinion. He's also much taller than Tommy, and he is 2 years older than Tommy. Charlie is essentially Ajax's third choice goalkeeper and the first choice goalkeeper for the under-21 Ajax team, which is blocking the pathway for Tommy to keep improving and make his way up to the under-21 level. Now, Tommy is still a very talented goalkeeper in his own right, having played 33 games at the under-18 level and having kept 14 clean sheets. He has also played 3 games in the UEFA Youth League for Ajax, and last season Tommy fractured his wrist that made him only able to play 15 games for Ajax's under-18s and saw Tommy keeping a decent 6 clean sheets. Now, Tommy isn't amazingly tall for a goalkeeper, standing at just 6 foot tall compared to his older brother who is 6'5", which makes him slightly weak in the air, and Tommy, from what I've seen, isn't amazing with his feet just yet. Not to say that Tommy is bad playing out from the box, but he isn't amazing. He isn't the most skillful goalkeeper with his feet, but he does have some excellent long balls that is very oftentimes very accurate. So although he isn't amazing with his feet, at the age of 18, he still does have a lot of time to improve, and his long balls is already very good, and he has proven that he's very good at long passing. When it comes to shot stopping, Tommy Setford is also very good there. Tommy has very good handling ability, he has very good agility, and is exceptional at one-on-ones. So although Tommy is far from the finished product and does definitely have his flaws, at the age of just 18 years old, he does have some really good attributes for his age, and you could see the promise in his game. Tommy has already made appearances for England from the under-16 level all the way up until the under-19 level, and in June, Tommy was an unused substitute for the under-20 English team in friendlies against Sweden and Ireland. So what can we expect from Tommy Setford over the next couple of years at Arsenal? Well, Tommy will essentially be Arsenal's third choice goalkeeper to allow 22-year-old Estonian international Karl Hein to go out on loan to get consistent minutes so that Arsenal can sell him or introduce him properly into the team. But on top of being the third choice goalkeeper, Tommy will most likely be our starting under-23 goalkeeper to replace Arthur Okonkwo, who was sold to League One club Wrexham after a very successful loan spell there last season. Tommy will also be replacing Karl Hein at the under-23 level as well. But don't get this wrong, Tommy will not be a starter or even a backup for our first team anytime soon. He will mainly be our academy keeper that will be used as a backup keeper if an injury happens to one of our other goalkeepers. Now, the reason we went for such a young goalkeeper with a fairly bright future as our third choice keeper instead of what a lot of clubs do by getting an old washed out goalkeeper, it's simply because, well, I mean, we did try to go for an ex-Arsenal academy graduate and 31-year-old Dan Bentley to be our third choice goalkeeper, but after our £50,000 offer was rejected by Wolves, that shows you how good Bentley is. He's really nothing special. We then decided to move in a complete opposite direction. I'm going for a 31-year-old player that's never really going to touch the field to an 18-year-old in Tommy Setford, which I prefer this direction change. It allows us to have another promising player in our youth ranks, and although he's our third choice goalkeeper, he will still get a lot of game time at the under-23 and under-21 level for Arsenal, and frankly, Tommy may end up never playing a single minute for our first team in his whole career, but I think with him being 18 years old, we could get a good couple of years out of him in our academy, and you never know, he may develop into being a nice goalkeeper that could potentially get some games for us in the future, or he may become just a nice goalkeeper that we could eventually sell on to make a small profit off of him. Overall, this signing may end up being pretty insignificant in the future and for the present, but I quite like the idea of getting an 18-year-old in Tommy Setford, someone who's proven to be a decent goalkeeper, and I hope we can improve him in our academy, and maybe, you never know, one day he becomes a decent goalkeeper for Arsenal.